Oh, hey everybody, from a very, very hot South Florida here. And when I say hot, I mean hot in every conceivable way. Humidity on that, on top as well. And by the way, I had friends that had come down here to drive to the Keys, not drive, but to ride their bicycles, you know, those 10-speed arrangements. I don't know, now they're 50 speeds or whatever it is. And, they were big, big bikers, avid bikers. And some people can't tolerate this weather. I can barely tolerate it now. I've been here for over 30 years. I can barely tolerate the weather. I've been here for 40 years. Very close to 40 years. I can barely, sorry folks, I don't have my glasses. And I'm going to try to do it without my glasses. So let's just get on with it. And they went out and they tried to do it. They went out to train because they were going to leave like the next day. And they can make it all the way down to the Keys. It's like 120 miles or something. It's far to Key West. But they didn't want to do it because they said it was so hot that their bodies weren't accustomed to it. And I understand that. They were from Colorado. Another guy was from Nevada. They get dry heat over there. They don't know what to do with this wet heat. So you know what, folks? Let's put on my glasses. Because I know this is just going to go nowhere fast because I'm not going to be able to read anything. So let me take the minute to find my glasses. There they are. And then we'll actually have a newscast, okay? All right. Well, folks, I did pretty well today. I got up this morning and I cut a yard, I believe. I did. I cut this lawyer that I cut. He calls me whenever he needs it, and it's 6 weeks sometime. It's not a steady account, but I make money on it, And I did that at 8 a.m. It was a little late, but I had to go out and get my weed eater because I had stored it. Then I had to go way, way far to get that, and then I went and I did it, but I don't want to be cutting yards when the sun is up. I just don't want to do it. My arms are too cooked right now. So I did it, and then I got done, and then I tried to take a little nap, but the heat is just ridiculous, and it just ain't happening. So I just had to do the best I could. I got a couple returns out to Amazon and things like that I needed to get done, and then I'm going to turn that off. Sure. And then I got my lunch consisting of a pizza. And then I pretty much just took it easy until one of my customers called me and said, "Can you cut the yard tomorrow morning?" And I said, "Well, I'll try to do it today. I got to go to work, but I'll see because it takes like an hour and a half for me to do it with these weed eaters." So I went ahead and I cut her yard, but I was really exhausted and really hot, and my heart is beating real, real fast. And I got done with it, but then, there wasn't enough time to take a nap, So it sucked. And I had to just get on with coming to work, So I walked like a half hour before I came in here. And it's hot, it's hot, and I don't have access to air conditioning. So as a result, my boss had told me that my odor has returned because this is his big thing. It's been this thing ever since it's gotten hot. He didn't do this in the beginning, in October and November and December and such. But he's doing it now. And I guess what he doesn't understand is that I have to cut yards. And when I cut yards, I do what I can to clean up. But God damn it, this fucking guy is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So that's all I can do, but that's not good enough for him. So I bring a bucket and I take a shower right when I'm here, right when I walk in. Now, he hadn't been complaining about that, but today I showered about an hour before I came into work. It's too late. So my odor has returned, shall we say, okay? Or as they used to say at the Elvis conventions, Elvis has left the building. All right? So let's go ahead and get into it now and find out what is to be gleaned today from my news report. Oil continues to go up while the price goes down. I don't understand it. Okay, it's up today, almost 1%. It sits at $71.30. So, yeah, it went up a little bit, but I mean, I don't see gas at $4 a gallon with $71 oil. Sorry, I just don't see it. Something is afoot. Okay, it says here, Iran tightens its grip on Strait of Hormuz, sending oil prices higher. There is your answer. Could you say Israel? Could you say Israel continuing to bomb, maim, and kill while they tell us about how careful they're being, while they maim and kill, right? How careful they're being and how sorry they are. So that's what did it. Iran would not strike the deal with Trump as long as they were shoving shit up Beirut's ass or whatever it is over there, Libya or whatever the hell it is. Stand by. Oh, sorry, folks. A young kid was in here in shorts and a t-shirt, and I don't see many people that are not well dressed. So I had to go check it out. Still don't know what's going on. I have to make sure I keep my eye on this monitor. I don't even know how the hell he got in because the doors are closed. But I don't like it. So I'm just going to stay here and watch the monitors. Anyways, let's get back to business at hand while I keep a check of things here. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue on because we didn't get into anything. We got oil prices. JM Bullion. Let's take a look. Silver's been on thin ice as of late, as well as gold. Silver at $58.49, up 22 cents. Gold's at $3. Gold is up $3.74 at $4,037. One bad day is going to take the metals down to sub 50, because they went down like $4 in one day, and that's more than 10%. I think it's more than 10%, wasn't it? It's more than 5%. Anyways, something like that. All right, let's continue on. The Dow, let's see what happened today on the Dow. The Dow is up 71 points, so it's kind of flat. It's 14% of 1%, so not very much movement there. Let's check out the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ down 118 points. That's almost a half of 1%. Okay. Now we will check Bitcoin, and then we are off to the races. And we'll try to get on with this as quick as I can because this new service I have, it puts the videos up there. If they're like 12 or 14 minutes, they go within like 10, 15 minutes. They're up. It's incredible. They're very good service on this thus far. Okay, what were we doing here? Bitcoin, I guess we were going to do Bitcoin. Bitcoin, 59,700. Exactly. Down $1,300. Okay? All right. Now let's go ahead and get into the Drudge Report, and let's get you up to date with everything that I think you should be brought up to date on. Okay, they got a Supreme Court judge here. Supreme Court clears way for restrictive immigration policy, allows White House to block asylum seekers at border. Folks, you knew there was going to be a day when somebody would put this together. This is not hard. I left a message for Rudy, my subscriber, and Rudy is in love with the idea of being loving and all that. But you can overlove. And we were talking about Mom Dami. And what Rudy said, one of my subscribers, is he said that it was a fund that they're going to help people that are poor while taking money from the very elite rich. Now, Here's the problem that I want to tell Rudy, and by the way, that seems as easy as apple pie. Truly, it seems as easy. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. However, it doesn't work like that. If you try to get money from a poor person, it's hard. If you try to take money off of the elite wealthy, it's virtually impossible. It's like squeezing a balloon. It's always going to inflate somewhere where you squeeze, it's going to inflate somewhere else. It's impossible. I know. This has never worked because the elite will never allow it. And I'm going to tell you the closest thing that I can tell you to it. They have Filipinos, okay, that really don't like to see foreigners come in and get special treatment. And that's what they did for me. Back when I worked and I had a lawn service and I had a little bit of money, you could get banks to give you 14% on your money. You could. 10, 11% easy. And a lot of Filipinos wanted to put an end to that. Because with all of the things, they gave you a pretty good interest rate. And you kind of rode on the backs of the people, because the people are all pretty poor, pretty much. But the thing is, if they do give the preferential treatment to the foreigners, they come in and they tend to stay. And if you get mad and then you tell them you don't want to give them these things for their infrastructure and bonds and so forth, and give them these sweetheart deals, the people tend to leave. The Kano or the whites tend to leave. It's the same thing. It's Mamdani is going to try to make independent functioning stores by the government, which is probably the same thing as hand out food, would be my guess. And it's what they essentially do in Cuba. They give a certain amount of money that can be spent, but not in their nice malls or nice places in Cuba. But locally, you can go into these certain stores, not all, certain stores that are government regulated, and you can buy ketchup. You buy ketchup, and then you get some spaghetti noodles, and you can make spaghetti with ketchup. That's how it works in Cuba. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Now, I haven't been there. I'd love to go there, but I don't know what to say. You know, I'm kind of afraid about Cuba. It has a checkered past, to say the least. So what we're going to do is, I don't know where this is going to go, but as far as the immigration, what do you think was going to happen? In my last video, I came out and I said, you can't take hordes of people who have nothing, that only need everything, and continue to function as a normal functioning country. You can't do it. I don't care how much love is in your heart. I don't care how much you try not to be a racist or a homophobe or whatever it is. Somebody has to close the door. And everybody knows this, but they're afraid of being a bad guy. Well, that's just too fucking bad, because it's got to stop. Because pretty soon our national debt is going to go bonkers. It's going to go to over $50 trillion. It's just going to take a couple years. You know this is coming. Now, let's click on that. That may be the news tonight. Supreme Court has figured it out. Sorry, folks, I have to close this out, and they're throwing advertising at me. Okay. Migrants not entitled to apply for asylum while standing on Mexico's side of border. Supreme Court rules. You have to give them some credit, because they're so fucking dumb up there that they can't even understand that you don't let people come in here that are beating up our agents and breaking in and doing bodily harm and all this kind of stuff. No, you just want to be nice, right? You just want to be nice. They're your brothers. They're your cabron, right? It's ridiculous. Nonsense. Garbage. So, all right. So that's what that's all about. They can't apply while they're in fucking Mexico or whatever it is. All right. Let's continue on. Let's see. Ends deportation protection for Haitians and Syrians. Good. Good. Folks, I work with them. Be here, wouldn't want to be here. You understand? There's good and bad, but that's a bad deal. Trust me on this, okay? 500 kids to be booed in days. Good. You understand that? Good. You don't like it? That's too bad. Let them come and stay in your house. And we'll send people over there to make sure that they have enough food that you will give to them and enough shelter and all the rest of it. And we'll make sure that the line will be so that there's a reasonable chance of having comfort in their lives. So none of this business with ceiling fans. You understand? They have to be in approved, non-harmful environments. You understand? You're a bunch of fucking retards. You don't understand anything. Spray away. Supremes reject lawsuit alleging Roundup weed killer caused cancer. You know it is. I mean, I'm sure that's one thing we could agree with. Rudy and I could agree on. You know they're getting cancer from that. I know people myself. And what do? They sit there riding on the back of that shit, sitting on top of it, and all that kind of stuff, spraying it and this and that. You know what's happening, folks. They already ruled in favor of the complainant against Wheat and Feed or whatever the hell it was. I forgot the name of the company now. You know who I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of the company. They're infamous. You know what's going on. But now they're going to protect the companies. Outrage over $25 pretzels at Great American State Fair. I don't blame them. It shouldn't be allowed. I'm sorry. Somebody's getting rich there, okay? Maybe $8, $10 is enough for a pretzel, okay? Enough is enough with this. They had $250 or $229 nachos over here that Tom Brady was at when he came over here to the Dolphin Stadium, Hard Rock, whatever the hell that is. It's just ridiculous, folks. I don't care. So I don't watch professional baseball anymore. Michigan data center to deploy Chinese humanoid robots, whatever that means. Impeachment watch, 53% of Americans see grounds to support it. Tucker excoriates the Don. Shut up, bitch. That's him saying it, not me. I don't take you seriously. All right, so he's now he's getting angry. He doesn't have that perpetual fog-bound look anymore that he used to have, like that. So now he's taking on the offensive. Ted Cruz's not-so-secret White House dreams have gotten JD's attention. Tehran plans to make billions in fees from reopening Hormuz. Could be. Keep fucking with them. Fears in strait as tanker struck after Iran warned ship to go back. It's probably going to sink. Those are oil carriers. I don't know. I don't think they can keep them afloat for long once they're struck. Saudi Arabia just bought eyes in the sky over Sinai. pointed straight at Israel. Space tourism finally ready for takeoff. Army will lease land on bases for critical mineral production. Let's finish this up. A double quake rocks Venezuela, extensive damage, strongest in a century. We'll see what that is. I was in a 6.8 in the Philippines, and it was no fun. I will tell you, it's absolutely terrifying. I know we're going to go along with this, but somebody's got to tell you, right? Somebody has to tell you. A 7.2 and a 7.5, folks, are those massive earthquakes. There must be a lot killed, killing at least 32 people and injuring at least 700 others. That's a miracle. All right, well, we got the answer for that. I'm not going to expound on it. We'll probably hear about it. Prince William, a billionaire. Royals reveal finances. Texas public school students may soon be required to read Bible. You listen to me. I'm your God. Not to you people, but Texas can shove it up their ass. You understand? Don't you come here telling me what religion I have to go to or be released from or anything else. You're a bunch of mindless, stupid retards. Do your religioning in your church and leave us the fuck alone. Because most of you are so goddamn dumb, my subs excluded, that it makes me sick to my stomach. You're telling me they're going to require you to do some Bibling? Oh, folks, this is the first time I've been animated, as you can see, for a long time, right? Fucking retards. The hell's wrong with those people? We got, what's his name there? Syndicate. He's from there. I'm sure he will tell you that's not a good idea. Everybody has the right to go and do their Bibling, but don't force it on people. Not good. All right, that guy in the white, in the shorts and t-shirt is now spraying Roundup. That was the thing. Monsanto. That was what I was looking for. So that explains the guy getting into the building. Now I know who it is and what they're doing. Thank God. I got to go back up to the place there. Talk about well-dressed men. That place, whatever that company is over there, Business Masters or whatever the hell it is, they all look like they've come off GQ magazine. They're nice people. You know, it's just they all kind of look like they can, and the men are like ripped. You know, they're all in shape, dressed in beautiful suits. So I didn't want them to get hurt or anything. We had this fucking turkey, and they told us he's not welcome. So, you know, that's what they told us. They said, don't let them in. And, you know, that's what we got to watch for here. But that answers it very well. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so is anybody surprised that the Royals are billionaires? Is anybody like on the shock level meter surprised? All right, so Texas is going to take their Texarkana? It going to be in Texarkana? Is it? Or is it going to be in Tulsa? Huh? Fucking retards. Jesus Christ. Can you believe this? In 2026? They're going to have AI priests here. They already got them. The whole shit is a fucking big fucking dump shit show. I don't care if you're religious or not religious, but don't force it on people. For God's sakes. And, you know, it's not just the atheists. It's going to be the fucking Hindus. It's going to be this one. It's going to be the fucking Zionists. All of them are not going to like this. YouTube dominates. Taylor Swift MSG wedding next week. Real or ruse? I don't know. I guess it's that football player, right? Wish him all the best. Americans increasingly alarmed about looming AI bubble. I mean, folks, it's fucking ridiculous. Okay? It's everything from them getting you to become aroused, men to become aroused and they can't become aroused. And they've got AI for this. You've got your AI diapers. You've got AI this, AI that. I think they're right. I think something's going to give there. I think something will give. I don't know what, but something will give. Record 25 million adults under 35 living with parents. Ex-Wall Street regulator getting nervous. Bank bailout coming? Probably. Socialists cemented power in New York. Next. The rest of the country, they're going to find out. Just like I told Rudy here. It should be. It's the book of should. It should be. But, folks, you know what I saw yesterday? And I'm going to get into this, and I know I'm going wrong on this, but I can't help it. Folks, the Chinese chinks, they need reburials. And it may be part of your responsibility to see to it that they have a reburial. That's just the way things are, folks. Not all, but some of them do that. I had a Chinese girlfriend for many years. She spent a certain amount of money on hell money. You don't know because you're nothing. You come here to be something. And then you at least you're something because I'm a god. So at least you're something when you come here. The Chinese buy money. American bills usually. And they have to pay the devil to make sure that the devil is treating their dead ones fairly. Do you understand? No, you don't, because you're a mindless fucking idiot. Most of you don't have any idea what I'm talking about. Virtually all of you. I know the whole thing. That's why I refer to them as being animals. You don't. How much money is acceptable to be burning hell money? The hundreds of thousands and millions, the more the better. You're mindless idiots. Stay on this channel, you'll have a chance. You can't deal with these fucking animals. It's just ridiculous, folks. It's ridiculous. All right. World's most isolated vacation rental is miles off Florida coast, and there's a little thing there, big enough for it looks like your back porch there. Okay. All right, you can see where this is going. Putin on brink of taking war into space. Ukraine turns to strangling Crimea, and it's working. Things getting awkward in England as roadside diners turn into sex shops. That's what sells. What do you want me to tell you? We had a whole place over here that was all the things were going out of business, but not the place of the sex toys and the X-rated videos. They did very well for 6 or 7 years until the place got gutted. It's just nature of the beast, not approving it. 80% of Oz children escape social media ban. I would think so. I don't know how you enforce it. Truly. I don't know how you enforce it. Okay, Harvey Weinstein rape charge dropped. Won't face fourth trial. Guy's almost dead. Leave him alone. I know he was guilty of all that shit, but he's almost dead now. Just leave him alone. Let him fucking go rot in hell. Caitlin Clark punched in throat. And I can see what looks like a black girl here. Number 25. Don't look good, folks. It don't look good. She's punched in the throat, and it looks like, I thought she was being strangled, but it's a punch. It's a punch. So let's have a look at this. Here it is. I'll see if I can make it bigger. And I thought she was being strangled there. She is not. She's being punched by what looks to be a black girl. I don't know that to be a fact. Please give me a break here. Let me just read this. Caitlin Clark has been urged to leave. No, I don't want your updates every 5 seconds on my phone. No, thank you. So we're not going to be able to read this, right? No. So let's see. Caitlin Clark told to leave. Folks, we're done. I can't make this go 40 minutes. Take care. I will see you tomorrow. The news is getting more and more back to my normal God-believing myself. Okay? It's getting more and more like that now. It should start getting a little bit better here now. More insanity spreading around the world. Our sympathies go out to those people with 7.3 and 7.5 magnitude earthquake. Let me tell you something that gives a lot of respect from me, because I was in a 6.8, and you talk about rocking and rolling. Yeah. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Subscribe. Be nobody. Prepare for me to start winding up with the God business again and all of that. Okay. Bye.